Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the SH Figuarts Berserk CASCA figure, which I'm happy to tell you is the best figure in the line so far. Unfortunately, that's not saying that much. We had a couple of real stinkers, and then we had the recent guts that's... Oh, come on, man! We had... I just can't win with this line. We had the recent guts that wasn't so bad. But this figure is actually better than him. She's not actually that easy to tip over. I'm not sure why she fell just now. But yeah, she's pretty good. There's a couple issues, one glaring problem that just drives me nuts, but the rest is solid, so I don't know, I'm kind of happy. So let's go ahead and get it off the stand and take a closer look. Alright, before we look at the figure, I do want to show you my package, and it is a good one. It's a very large package for the size of the figure. It does hold everything nicely, but I'm not sure why Bandai decided to go with these giant boxes for these figures. But it's fine, as long as you don't mind. Like, if you're an inbox collector, it probably irritates you that these are huge compared to regular ones, but I don't care. It's a good looking package. The back is way nicer than most Bandai packages, so that's good. Side shows the figure nicely, so if you wanted to display it sideways, you could. Nice big window. Yeah, everything's good about this box other than it's gigantic, but I don't care because I don't collect boxes. So let's look at the figure. It is in stock at Big Bad Toy Store. If you want to get one, I'll put a link in the description below. Let's zoom in a little bit. She's kind of small, and we'll adjust the camera a little bit there. Okay, she is... we'll just go to the hair. Just shy of 14.5 centimeters. That's going to make her roughly, let's say 5 5/8, something like that. Alright, here she is up against Darwin in case you wanted to mix and match. Probably not, but you could. And then here she is up against her best bud. That's the official relationship title. Right there. There you go. So as you can see, she does have the darker skin that she had in the, I guess it was in the earlier mangas. I'm not sure exactly. I've heard something about that, but either way, very different skin tones. And there you go. Alright, she actually looks really nice, I have to say. Let's get into the aesthetic. Her face is one of the prettiest faces they've ever done, I think. I mean, obviously it has slight stylization, as is accurate for the source material. But I think they even made her prettier than the source material, at least from what I've seen. Not the biggest Berserk person, I don't have like all of the knowledge, but I have watched the animes. Anime? I don't know how you would categorize the different things. Anyway, I'm familiar, I'm just not like the repository of Berserk knowledge. Either way, her face looks great. That's one of the best paint jobs and sculpts that they've done ever. It looks really, really good. Alright, let's do a question of the day. Which media of this franchise do you think is good? Because I know I don't think there's a lot of contention, actually. I think a lot of people, most people hate some of it, but let me know what you think. Which things are good and which things are bad? For those of you who might not be familiar, you can use these answers to help guide your way. Although be aware, Berserk is definitely 100% not for kids, not for squeamish people, not for lots of people probably, so be aware of that before you start diving into that franchise. Alright, let's get into the rest of the aesthetic. It looks really, really good. The metal is nice. It has this sort of brownish, grayish, blackish wash going on that it does look appropriate for the metal. Shoulder's a little bit heavier on this side than the rest of them. The washes, I mean, but it still looks really nice overall, the little clasp thingies. Looks good. They do have a cloth skirt in here, which I don't really care. It's not that big of a deal. It helps the hips to move well, so that's fine. But we'll get to that more in the articulation section. But the rest does look nice for the most part. These little rivets look good. The painted white down here actually doesn't look that good, which is unfortunate. A wash on that would have helped a lot. But yeah, it looks generally okay. A little plasticky here and there, but you could excuse it as being leather, so that's fine. Then we have her sword scabbard here. I don't love the way it's connected. It only hangs straight down, so you're going to have some limitation when posing this figure. It'd be nice if they just let these things slide in and out so that you could angle it or connect it on a ball or something. It's annoying, but otherwise she looks really good. I have to say, she looks nice. She looks better than Guts, I think. And so far we're doing all right. They are expensive. Bandai's expensive nowadays, unfortunately, too much so. But yeah, it looks good. So I will go. I'm gonna go 9 out of 10 for the aesthetic. It looks really nice. I have no real issues with it. I mean, just minor things here and there. So let's talk about the accessories. The first accessory is the cape, which is done well enough. It's kind of like Guts's, where it's a little bit annoying. But it works. It is wired and it fits around the head. And it's okay. It's a clean cloth, so it doesn't quite match the rest of the figure, but she doesn't have that much of the dirty wash on there, so that's okay. That's fine. We do have an alternate yelling face for her normal head, so that's nice. Then we get the helmeted head, which you have two options with the helmeted head, which is super irritating. You either have no face in it at all, so it's just an empty helmet for her to hold. Actually, you can't do that, by the way, because there's hair connected to it permanently. Granted, you can't really see it that much, but if you wanted her to just be holding her helmet like she's not wearing it, you can't really do it technically because there's hair inside. That's a gross oversight if you ask me. And then the second option is the yelling head with the chin strap. That's it for the helmet. You have no other options, and I find that super irritating. Only the yelling head, and then it can't even be empty. That sucks. You do get a little piece of hair for when she has the helmet on too, so whatever. Decent spread of hands, that's fine, and then of course you get her sword and the hilt. I don't like that. I mean, the accessories are fine other than the alternate faces. I'll take the yelling head and the normal head or the yelling face and normal face for the normal head, but the helmeted options are terrible. Or even, like I said, you can't have her holding the helmet. Whose idea was that to make the hair permanently attached to the helmet? Especially since it's a removable piece, there should be an alternate piece where there's no hair. That sucks. Accessory-wise, I'm going 7 out of 10. I'm not okay with that. I'm not real happy about that. Now, as far as the articulation goes, we have some really good and some really bad. We have ball pegs for the neck and head, and it just moves around really well. It looks nice. Posing, it's easy to pose. No real issues there. No huge gapping or anything. I'm happy about that. The shoulder pads are connected on these little hinged ball pegs, which, I mean, it's kind of how these this armor would be connected in real life, sort of. So I get it. But once we get done talking about the shoulder itself, I'll show you how these work and don't work and if they're good or not. So we have a butterfly joint in here that it doesn't extend at all. So you're not really getting around that armor, but it does wiggle around inside there. Goes up and down and around. I don't know if you would ever need to go down, but it can go up, so that's nice. But yeah, it works. It's probably overly complex for the amount of range you actually get out of it, but it is a Bandai product, so we're used to that. But yeah, the shoulder itself works, just there's no real extra range, so whatever. Bicep swivel is there, double jointed elbow works nicely, no problems there. The gloves are connected on a ball peg. It pops off too easily, and it even says, there's like a warning in the instructions that it does come off. It's like, well, okay, shouldn't come off that. Every time I go to move it, it pops off. It's pretty irritating. I don't know what they were thinking with this line when they came up with options like detachable hands. It just does not stay on. I'm barely moving it. That's very frustrating. Little ball hinges for the wrist, that's fine. All right, now back to the shoulder pads. Because of the way they're connected, you can still bring her arm forward and kind of have it in place if you want it to. Otherwise, you can do like the armor might traditionally have done, which is to just hang. Though, I mean, I'm pretty sure there were shoulder plates like this, I mean, it's obviously more than one, where the strap on the arm would actually hold it to the arm. So, I don't know, the shoulder pads aren't great, but they're okay. But they do rotate forward, just not a lot. I mean, they rotate a lot, but it's not super useful, and it can get weird looking. So, I'm not thrilled with it. I don't love it. Now, for the torso, you would think easy. There has to be a joint in the torso, right? Look at all these different panels. One of them should be a separate panel. Nope. This is all solid. You can't do anything with that. You can move it around on top of the waist a little bit. And when I say a little bit, I mean a little bit. You're not doing much. I mean, you can rotate it, of course, and it leans side to side, but that is it. I don't... Why Bandai? So this is the funny thing is solid metal right here. I mean, it's plastic, but solid, nothing moving there. And then cloth here to make the hips work. It's like, okay, could you just make this work too? You went out of your way to make this work. This doesn't do anything. But the hips do function. They're a little bit loose, but she does kick up to at least horizontal, and then going back works as well. So that's good. Like, I don't have a problem with the hips and the skirt other than the looseness in the hips. They are pretty loose. But yeah, no nuggets. These are really good hips. They have good range. They look good. Other than being loose, they're really nice. You have a ball peg for the thigh swivel. So there's that. The knee, not the best looking knee. It's a little boxy, of course, but it works. So that's fine. And then the ankles are actually really nice. Her foot goes all the way back. Her foot can go pretty far forward thanks to the soft piece there. So that's really good range. And then you have an excellent ankle rocker as well. And the toe hinge is done exactly the way you should do a toe hinge. It's well placed, it is well sculpted, and it's not super loose. So that's good. The feet are really, really nice. A lot of it's really nice. Just weird stuff going on, like the arms that pop off at the glove, the shoulder pads that are questionable, and the torso that has no range. But a lot of it is actually really good other than those things. So I'm a little bit torn. I think I'll just go, I could go 7, I could go 8. You guys pick 7 or 8 out of 10 for the articulation. The torso not having anything is just, why? There's no reason for that. It could have easily been a ball peg underneath this piece right here. I'll point with this. This could have been separated at this top line. And this could be a floating piece that sits on top of the skirt. And then this is just a ball peg in here that lets the torso move around. That would have been so easy, and they didn't do it. So that sucks. Okay, time for the final verdict. Easily the best figure in the bunch, but some weird decisions hold it back. Limited accessories, especially in terms of the face options. No articulation in the torso in some weird spots throughout. It definitely holds it back. It's a good figure, but it's not a great figure. I'm going to go 8 out of 10, I think. And you could argue higher because it's up against some real turds in this line, and there's not a lot of this character, and you want to add some of your personal desires in there, that's fine. But my personal desire is for it to be a good figure, not just to be the best of the character when there aren't really any other options. I mean, like, there's, what, 1? So, I'm not counting that. But I'm going to say 8. I don't want to go higher than 8 with the limited torso and the weird things in the arms that pop off and stuff like that. But otherwise, it's really nice, so it's a weird one. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. But I'll be done there. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. And if you haven't subscribed, you should. I have new videos just about every single day and thousands already on the channel. So make sure you come back for all of that. And in the meantime, keep collecting.